is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Alright, sounds good to me.
And so, your tips very matter-of-factly are going to do things like buy my groceries tomorrow. Wow!
Alright, so Internet Famous McCoy did a couple tips overnight. Let me read what he has to say here. First of all, it tipped me $5, and he says, "You've been open about making mistakes in the past. Everyone makes mistakes. You obviously made efforts to fix them, which is what everyone's jumping on to make fun of you. How can you get attacked for old news? Will trolls move on? No, they never will. This is how they get their popularity, by making fun of someone. You know, one of the worst times of my life. Let's go ahead and destroy someone and make fun of them while they're down, right?
Oh, woe is me, I'm the victim complex guy.
Fine, that shows the real mettle of a man is, number one, someone who would do that. Someone you know they're obviously insanely down on their luck. You know, bad stuff going on in their life. Terrible things have happened. Bad decisions, bad things have happened, you know, to me. It's a combination of many factors. So, okay, bad situation. Makes sense, move on. Or, let's just destroy this guy forever, right? Which is all it is, because all they can do to get popularity on YouTube is be toxic, negative individuals. So, that's who they are. I'm not surprised. I knew this was coming, you know. When you're trying to fix stuff like I am, certain things have to go public. I knew it was going to go public. And I absolutely knew that this was coming. So, it's no surprise to me that this is exactly the behavior I expected from those people who are disgusting, immoral people.
Salud.
You know, what can I say? But no, I don't think they'll ever move on. I think at this point they're going to be following me my whole life, no matter what I do. Because that's how obsessed and fucked up they are in the head. So, Internet Famous McCroy cheered again. Or, excuse me, tipped again. Another $3. He says, "I'm not trying to sound negative in the last tip. I just think detractors are being unreasonable. You're taking enough crap where you technically already paid for whatever they think you did wrong. It's like trolls have an interest rate. Stay positive." No, and it's true. You know, if you remember, in the past, people had pretty valid criticisms of me and my content. You know, Phil is overly negative and totally doesn't take his time to play games properly, but then he makes fun of the games and the game devs. And his content is, you know, over-the-top ridiculous. He has too much, you know, stupid, immature humor with sexual stuff and all of that. He really needs to improve and change. So I improve and change, and then it's on to the next thing, and then it's on to the next thing. It's called moving the goalpost. That's what you do, because the thing is, they realize, these people, that they got so much popularity making fun / criticizing me. They can't just let it go now. Oh God, Phil changed for the better, but let's go ahead and continue to move the goalpost to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, so that Phil will never be able to, in our eyes, be good or improve to the point where we'll leave him alone. Because they can't leave me alone, because they're now dependent on me in order to be successful, you see? So they're never going to. I know that. Like, my whole life, I'm probably going to be hounded by these fucking people. You know, if I live to the age of 70, they'll probably still be bothering me in some capacity. And that's not, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I actually expect that. That's how obsessed these people are.
Oh my God.
Third Eye, you're completely wrong. He said, "I don't think anyone ever said your commentary should change." You're 100% wrong. I swear, go back. Go back to This Is How You Don't Plays from, you know, the original 7 years ago or whatever. And everyone was like, "Man, this guy's an immature idiot. All he does is talk about sexual content and stupid kid jokes. And he really needs to improve and become more serious because he's doing this as a job now. It's not just him fucking around." You know, if he's going to actually play a game, instead of just making a joke of it, he needs to be more serious, and that way people can take him more seriously when he talks about a game in a review and the like. This was a strong criticism of mine in the past. So all that changed. You know, I became more mature over the years. I stopped doing that immature stuff. Now people complain the old days were better. It's like, no, it's bullshit. Because all it is moving the goalpost. See? No matter what happens, they're always going to say it wasn't good enough. YOLO Doppelganger cheered. He says, "I wouldn't listen to these armchair lawyers about your bankruptcy filing. You hired a professional to do that. Ignore the idiot trolls and you'll make it out of this." No shit. I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid at all. I know that. Relying on a professional versus a bunch of idiots who are reading a 50-page document and know nothing about the law, and trying to microanalyze it to make me look like a villain. I know who's in the right and who's in the wrong. I'm not dumb. That's why I'm not freaking out about anything. I know I'm good.
Dude, seriously, if every single ridiculous tip that came in was ignored, if I ignored them all, I'd be silent the whole stream. So we at least need something to talk about, all right?
You know, Free For All Cast is funny. He just said something in the stream chat, even though it's not. He didn't. You know, it's not one of these contributions I'm giving a shout out for. He basically just said, in summary, you know, it's crazy because 2 years ago you told everyone that you don't have any money, even though you make good money. You told everyone you don't have any money. Now, of course, at that point I didn't reveal anything going on behind the scenes, but basically I told everyone, listen, I'm broke. I don't have money. That's why I need help with taxes and support and stuff. And no one believed me, of course, except for the fans. But no one believed me. All these critics of mine. Oh, he's full of crap. You got offshore accounts that you're hiding money in. You're flying in escorts and spending all your money on all this stuff, right? 2 years later, I have to file for bankruptcy, proving I have no money.
I am proud of this. You gotta take pride in what you do.
I mean, now, oh, look at this. He had no money. No shit. I've been telling you that for years. It's not like this is some weird, shocking revelation. The thing is, these idiots don't believe anything I say because, again, they have to spin everything negatively in order to be popular. So, if they just listened to me 2 years ago, this would all make sense. And it would have all been, making a lot more sense. But that's it. These idiots don't. Like, oh, he's a liar and he's this and that. And even now, I do a legal filing. Oh, he's a liar. I'm like, you're fucking so pathetic. But anyway, I agree with you, Free For All Cast, yes. All this was disclosed long ago, publicly. It's just these idiots are too stupid to understand it. So, Bundy tipped me $1. Do you think snorting and throat clearing is a tic or a symptom of Tourette's? Yes. As you all know, guys, I'm a victim of suffering from Tourette's syndrome. That's what it is. It's not that I have gunk in my throat and I'm about to cough constantly and I need to clear it. It's that it's imaginary. Obviously, this congestion that's in my head right now that you can hear, it's completely made up. All right, so here we go. Here's something hilarious. I gotta read this because this just shows how dumb my critics are. When I say my critics, they're not. They're really my detractors. Ready? So Enron tips me $1 and says, if a company claims they're successful but goes bankrupt, how exactly are they a success? With expenses out in the public, why do you lie to us saying you're successful knowing deep down you are not? Because I am. Because here's the difference, okay?
Wow.
I am personally filing for bankruptcy. My company is not bankrupt. My business is fine. That's the truth. The problem is I have accrued an insane amount of debt in my own personal name, not in the name of the business. All of my debts started when I moved across the country, and I financed not only the move, but furnished a house, amongst other things that I had to spend on during that 1 year period. And I assumed I was going to continue to make the amount of money that I did so that I could pay all that off. Sadly, that didn't happen. I accrued a ridiculous amount of debt and then immediately lost a ton of income for about 2 years because of trolls fucking with my YouTube channel, DsP Gaming. And because of that, I couldn't pay it anymore. So what I had to do was borrow more money to pay it. Pay this to, you know what I mean? I was juggling. I was transferring balances.
Duh, like how stupid can you be? Man, I'm stupid.
Oh, I'm such a stupid idiot. I was racking up more debt to pay the other debt. And the problem with unsecured debt is that it racks up exponentially. Instead of, oh, this is a loan that I can just pay down slowly, when a credit card is racking up interest, there's nothing you can do about it, okay? And that's what was going on behind the scenes of everything. And I tried to tell you guys about it without giving you specifics, and it's hard to do, to explain that to people. But, yeah, my company is not bankrupt. My business is not bankrupt. My business is doing well. It's profitable. The problem is, all the profit gets sucked up by this insane amount of unsecured personal debt that I have. And, and also, quite frankly, the condo in Connecticut that I have not been able to rent or get rid of. So all that's going on, and any money that I make immediately gets sucked to creditors. So I've been busting my ass for years, right? Putting out all these streams for you guys and actually making great money doing it, and immediately all the money gets pissed away because I have to legally pay all these people. That's been the problem, okay? So that's the difference. You know, my company is not going bankrupt. I am. There's a big difference and a big legal difference there. But the thing is, you don't understand that because you don't understand the law. You don't understand how business works, okay? You don't understand anything. All you do is you listen to a bunch of dumb shitheads on YouTube who make fun of me to make money and have no actual knowledge of anything, how anything works. In fact, they probably can't even get their own lives in fucking order, but they have to realize that this is a gravy train for them to make fun of me, so they just make shit up constantly. Okay? So, my advice to you, wake the fuck up, stop being an idiot.
I don't have items to get rid of toxic. So I can't cure toxic. devour.
Oh my god. Third out of the third cheer. He says, is there a chance you'll have to move back in with your parents? No. It's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard. An anonymous dollar tipper is asking about some detractor meme saying, I've heard memes about a turtleneck. I'm from Australia. I don't even know what a turtleneck means. Is it the same as a roll neck? I mean, a turtleneck is like a sweater or a long sleeve shirt that has fabric that covers your neck, but you're right, it kind of rolls over. So it basically has like a double layer around your neck to keep your neck warm. In particular, you would wear a turtleneck in, colder months to stay warm. I still don't understand where the meme comes from or what it means at all. I'm completely ignorant to these memes. So, I don't know. Terrible Tur, to me, $, says, would you consider explaining the harm using a credit card and what it can do if used irresponsibly? Sure. Absolutely. A credit card can be both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword. A credit card can build your credit. At a time when maybe you have limited to no credit, getting a low-balance credit card and using it responsibly, meaning only charging a couple things a month to it and making sure you pay off the balance completely every month, actually will build your credit in a very healthy way and allow you to qualify for other kinds of credit. Like, for example, if you're looking to get a car loan, you can't just walk in and get one if you have no credit. You need to establish your credit first, and then you can walk in and get a car loan. So, having a credit card that's reasonable is actually a very safe and good thing as long as you're paying it off every month. That you don't want to do if you have a credit card is put a balance on it that you cannot pay off, okay? Even if you think, oh man, I'm going to rack up a ton of money on this credit card, but I'm going to pay it off in small installments, you're still going to be paying interest on that, unless you have one of these credit cards that has a promotional rate, and boy, let me tell you guys, okay? Let me tell you guys, don't fall for the promotional rate nonsense, because boy, is that a trap. You think, oh yeah, I'm going to rack up this credit card, it's a 0% for a year, that means I have a whole year to pay it off, which is technically true. However, what the fuck's going to happen in that year? Because that's actually some of the biggest things that happened to me.
You fell for it. Congrats, you fell for the marketing scheme. I like how you're laughing too.
Well, it's funny.
Okay. In this situation is I racked up a bunch of these credit cards at 0%, thinking I'm just going to pay these off within a year and a half before the interest rates expire. Or a lot of these credit cards also had these promotions, balance transfer at 0%. Okay, so it would be like, rack up one card, pay off as much as I can within the year. If I don't pay it off by the end of the year, transfer it to another card that's 0%. So basically, I'm paying no interest on anything. It's just like a payment plan paying everything down. That would have actually worked if I didn't have a giant decline in income. Like, you guys seriously don't understand the insanely negative impact on my entire life the trolling in 2015 had on me. You don't. Like, I know that I talk about it and people joke about it. Oh, he's just making it up. When my DSP gaming channel lost so much viewership and so much income in 2015, that's where all of this started. Now, I take responsibility for racking up the debt. That's my fault. But the fact that I had a big decline in my income for 2 years because of that trolling activity, that's what fucked me over. And that's why I'm in the situation I'm in. Because it just became a snowball effect from then. I had all these cards I was trying to pay down, and I couldn't do it anymore because I didn't have the money for it. So now you're going to minimum payments, and now, of course, I can't pay this off before the interest hits. What do? Balance transfer time ran out. Now what do you do? Now you're fucked. And that's what happened to me is I got completely fucked with an insane amount of debt that I could not pay down, and I ended up having to take out loans and doing other things to keep stuff afloat for further and trying to keep making ends meet. And the truth of the matter is, in 2017, I was recovering. Remember, I became a full-time streamer. My income came back up again to where it kind of... Not that I've ever hit where I used to be when I was big on YouTube. That's insane. But my income came back up again, and I was like, wow, maybe I got a light at the end of this tunnel, all right? And then the tax issue happened, where I got screwed over by my tax attorney in Connecticut, and now I had to pay a ridiculous amount of money to get out of that situation, and I just ended up back at square one again. So there you go. It was just basically a big snowball effect because of credit cards. If I had never charged up those credit cards, I never would have been in the situation that I'm in. So using credit cards responsibly can help you tons. It could build your credit. It could give you a way to fall back. Like, for example, the good way to have a credit card is, okay, have one for emergencies. Oh my God, something happened. My car broke down. I got sick and I had to go to the hospital, and now I have these bills I have to pay. Use the credit card. That's the smart way to use it. Not, I'm going to finance a giant project or a move with these credit cards and plan a way to pay them down slowly over time. That was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my fucking life, and I'll probably be paying for it for the rest of my life. Right? What can I do? It's too late now. Thank you, Jimmy, 2 times for the $1 tip. No, I'm not debating suicide, but thanks for asking. What a nice thing to ask a streamer, huh? You're debating suicide. Yeah. No. I told you guys, I love my life. I'm not going nowhere. Good Game Goblin tipped me $1. He says, If things get rough, you can move in with me. No thanks. And I'm not reading the rest of your ridiculous message, but thank you for the $1 tip.
I'm out. I'm fully out of the closet, as you guys know. I'm out of the closet. Fully out of the closet. Yeah.
Hugh Janus. Thank you for the $1 tip, but you don't know what you're talking about. He basically said, well, how did the move cost $500,000? It didn't. You obviously have no idea what you're talking about, but thanks for the $1 tip. But this is what I mean. People are dumb. Phil moved across the country, and it cost him $500,000. No, it didn't. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Record keeper tipped me $1. No, that's not true at all. He says, didn't the 2015 false copyright strikes happen after the Project 7 scam? Wasn't that the reason the person did the strikes because they got pissed about it, not because it was a random troll attack? No, not at all. In fact, it was proven through this person publicly admitting it that they had been giving me fan art over the course of that year with the intention to strike down my channels no matter what. The scapegoat was the Project 7 scam, which wasn't a scam at all. It was me raising a few $100s on Patreon saying I was going to make a Project 7 reboot trailer, which I didn't come through on. I apologized publicly, and the next month on Patreon, I lowered the goals to make up for it because the money had already been collected and spent, so I couldn't give it back, and there was no one to give it back to because there's no way to tell who pledged to Patreon for a specific goal anyway. So instead, I said, okay, I'll lower the goals next month as a way to give back to the people, and you know, admittedly, people felt bad. I didn't do the Project 7 trailer. And it is one of my shortcomings over the years that I fessed up to that, yeah, that's something I didn't do. People told me they really didn't want it, but that's something that I didn't live up to as a commitment. And it's one of the mistakes I've made over the years, right? But no, the truth of the matter is, the people who gave me those false copyright strikes have been giving me fan art to use on my streams for the year. They'd started early in that year. One of the guys had done those trailers. Remember when I did the green screen footage? He had actually edited the green screen footage to be me dancing around in front of, like, game art and stuff so that I could do those as pre-stream bumpers for streams that year. Okay, because this was 5 years ago, but this is what was happening. So they'd been doing this for months and months, and it was all done behind the scenes to basically fuck me over and get my YouTube channel taken down. Because they publicly said it later, yeah, you know, this is all our plan. We had this in place. And what it was when the Project 7 thing happened, oh, that's their scapegoat. Let's use that as the way to say, oh, let's justify what we're doing. But in reality, it was just a way to cover their asses because they had already been planning on doing this all year long. Okay? So, yeah, it's pretty fucked up to think that these people who I never met, knew nothing about, did these insanely malicious things to me and literally fucked me over for my life. My entire life now will be fucked over because of these people, because of how bad they hurt me, you know? Pretty messed up.
And I really do legitimately feel that being positive is a way that I'm going to get through everything I'm going through right now, and come out of the other end of this tunnel, you know, with a fresh start. So that's what I believe. And I share that positivity with everyone when I can. And of course, there's people who just don't want to believe it. My God, this guy's persevering through all this. No, he's our lol cow. He's our guy who we have to make fun of constantly. There's no way he could possibly come out on the other end of this in a positive fashion, because then our narrative doesn't work. And how are we going to continue to make fun of him if things work out, right? Miserable, disgusting people will always be like that. And sadly, there's a lot of those people on the planet. I'm not like that. So I'm going to continue to feel positive and feel like we're going to do better and things are going to get better. Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help! Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. I eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.